Hello, good morning. It's a very wonderful time again on your TV screen. This is Voice of the People TV. My name is Kizuke. Of course, I've got to give you all the updates about sports. Sounds funny when I say all the updates. You know what the show brings to you. It's going to be like beats, but on the show this morning, I'll be doing a whole lot of talking, more like a transfer talks, but I like to say, let me go back from the home soil, where we'll talk about Kano Pillars right now, trying to do a strategy talk, strategizing again to see that they get a foreign manager to manage the team, and it looks very funny. It feels like I don't know. I don't want to say we don't have Nigerians who can do the job for Kano Pillars, but don't forget this is one of the oldest clubs in the football world in Nigerian soccer. And Kano Pillars right now have been there for ages. They got relegated, went to the NNL, now again back again to the MPFL this coming season. And we're going to be seeing them come out to do it well, the most Agida guys. And they say, yes, we want to get a foreign manager for ourselves. We feel like the manager, a foreign manager is the best man we need for ourselves. So we just want to see how that will go. But what will the foreign manager bring to the table for the Kano Pillars side, if you want to ask me? I would just say, I think it depends on who's really coming, because we still have some black managers who are here that can actually get to do things right, better than the whites or the foreign ones, But regardless, no disrespect to any foreign manager who wants to come to our local league, talk about the Nigerian Premier Football League. All I can say is let them get the right man for the job, and trust me, I believe that will be a very forthgoing for the Kano Pillars side. But moving on now, I saw something vividly well before I just got to the studio, and I decided to share with you about Rivers United trying to reunite again. We just might be seeing another ex-Super Eagle player, Joseph Yobo, making that move to Rivers United. He's going to be the club chairman. Not long we talked about Kano Wanko, who emerged to be the Eyimba Football Club of Aba, the chairman of the side. And now we're getting to that point again where we're going to see maybe just Joseph Yobo, coming back again to the local league, Rivers United, to give them what they need, the maximum support. And you know what I love about this talk about the Rivers United? Not just about the Rivers United side, about the home guys who have played the game before and who are back here to get things right. I love it because working expertise-wise, Joseph Yobo played football to a high level. He got himself involved in tournaments. He worked under David Moyes for many years. He's got the experience. I mean, it's about you, like a giving back initiative. Bring back those things again you have for yourself. Those things you got to offer European clubs. Bring it back home. Let's see how this will work. Let's see how you have to make things right with the team. Let's see what you have to offer. Now, I think this is a welcome development for the local league. Everybody's trying to go strategize. Not long we talked about Sporting Lagos also. Sporting Lagos are really doing well. So if you see or if you hear me say teams like this are really trying to go back to the ball to get things right, and it's a welcome development. Rivers United went out the Niger Super 8. Wasn't really happy tournament for them, but no disrespect to them, they've done well over time. We know what Rivers United can actually get to do and bring to the table. But Joseph Yobo, I don't know, I can't even wait to see this come to reality. He's just on the verge of, becoming the chairman of Rivers United, getting reunited again with the Rivers side. Don't forget where he's from as well. So that's on Joseph Yobo. But quickly away from the local news, let's get the Dutch on this one about the man who I call the record breaker. He sets it right anytime, any day. Nothing, I say again, can be taken out from this man. His name is Cristiano Ronaldo, born in Madeira. Ronaldo has said something. He said, I opened the way. I opened the way. Sounds funny to talk about it. I opened the way for players to move to Saudi Arabia. One thing about CR7, that's the brand. He loves to wear the number 7 jersey. Not for any reason. He's a brand influencer. He influences the people. A whole lot of people out there, the kids really watching Ronaldo. We know about the Sue, the celebration. We know about Ronaldo's flick and the rest of that. Alejandro Garnacho is really following the key step of Ronaldo. Now Ronaldo has come to say, I am the reason why players are making the move to Saudi Arabia. And I just want to commend the Saudi guys over time, how well they've transformed the game a little bit. Not maybe with the money, but the money spent, the money looks very attractive. Maybe a European club side want to give you a 1-year contract, and they'll say, no, we can actually offer you 3 years with more money. So maybe Ronaldo might be sounding right because he's the biggest name we know who has emerged, who has made the move to the Saudi side. And now he has come to say, I am the reason why players are making a turn up to the Saudi side. He also said the Saudi Arabian League, the Saudi Pro League, the SPL, right, is also better or would be better than the... No, he said SPL, that the Saudi Pro League, is better than the MLS. I'm going a whole lot of talking points on that. Don't forget Messi currently plays for Inter Miami, Lionel Messi, and I don't want to make it a banter on the show. We're not going to talk about it. I don't have a guest on the show, so we don't have to banter. But it sounds psychologically, when you think about it, you might be wondering what's Ronaldo really talking about. Now, same Ronaldo has come to say that the Dutch league, the Turkish league are okay, but I see the SPL getting better than all those leagues. Now, let's get on to the next story now. Harry Maguire. I made you understand this whole up talking point about transfer window. And I want to say to you this morning, if your club have not really signed a player of your choice, then maybe you're sitting on the long thing. The reasons are because you need to get to sign players. So we get to see a better season again when it comes 2023-2024. Harry Maguire has been stripped of his captaincy band and he doesn't feel happy with that scenario. He said, I gave my all and I will always give my all to Manchester United anytime being given the opportunities. Right now, there's no Harry Maguire as a skipper anymore. He's been stripped of the captaincy band. And I just say, I love to talk about it all the time about Harry Maguire. I said, he's a good player, but I feel like he's lost it mentality-wise. You know, this is just about the player. In his head, he'd be like, I want to give out my best. And when he gets to the pitch, the reverse seems to be the case. He's not really been on his A game. We know Harry Maguire back in Leicester City. We know what he had done, how well he played the game. But right now, being the skipper of Manchester United has really been struggling over time. He finds himself so unfortunate that sometimes he gets to score on goal. But he's not been happy about the fact that he's been stripped of the captaincy band. And also, I noticed he does not want to leave. Now, clubs are really keen on this man. Chelsea, the likes of Chelsea, Bournemouth, West Ham wanted to sign Harry Maguire. But Chelsea feels to be the closest, though. And a whole lot of Chelsea fans, Nigeria, to say, are really not happy. Wanted to say, give us Harry Maguire. We don't want Harry. We want a better player, not Harry Maguire. And that's just what football can actually get to bring. Mauricio Pochettino still putting his eyes on Harry Maguire, maybe for no reason, but for the reason of a squad depth. Chelsea want to have this. But you can ask yourself this question and be like, Harry Maguire plays well when he gets home. When he plays for the Three Lions under Gareth Southgate, he gives us very much best. But right now, Harry Maguire is being stripped of the captaincy band, and I feel he needs to leave. If I'm going to advise Harry Maguire, if I happen to be his agent, or maybe his sporting director, or who personally says to his affairs, I'll be advising him to say, come on, Harry, I think it's time for you to leave. It's time for you to go. There's no time to stay back with that club. Now, on football, one man seems to be in the news, Romelu Lukaku. I don't know how well you follow Lukaku's saga. He's having a saga right now. Juventus have been saying, no, not Juventus, Inter Milan are saying Lukaku is having a backyard talk with Juventus. He wants to make a move. He said, I don't want to leave the Saudi. I don't want to leave the European scene. I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia. Chelsea are just watching on the ideas and looking at the way it's really going. Chelsea is on the fact that if we can't sell Lukaku to a suitable buyer, then possibly we'll have to keep him for one season. He stays with us, he's our player. But also Lukaku's body language and body gestures really shows that, yes, this man does not want to go to Saudi. If I'm going to leave Inter Milan, maybe not the English side. He doesn't want to come back to Chelsea. He doesn't want to play in the Premier League anymore. He feels it's time for him to be the Inter Milan side again. Don't forget, regardless of Dzeko, who happened to have left the club. Now, the question is now, what's next for Romelu Lukaku? That's a question for another day. That's on Romelu Lukaku Super Cup time frame. Let's jump into the next story right now. Arsene Wenger in the news, the man who got invisible for Arsenal. Legendary, came to join the club, 99 assists from Monaco. And you know, when you talk about football, English football, you reckon with this man. His name is Arsene Wenger, the French international man. He's the man for the people. He has come to say Arsenal would win the English Premier League come 2023-2024. And with the squad depth and everything Arsenal are really doing right now, you can actually get to say they are going back to see that they put things on the table very right. Arsene Wenger is a top-notch manager. Don't forget he managed the likes of Carlo Nwankwo, the likes of Emmanuel Petit, the likes of Savinho, the likes of Ray Paulo, the likes of Etame Maya. Wonderful team they've got. Dennis Beckham. I need to call the names of this guy. Ljungberg, Mark Overmars, a whole lot of players played in the visible time. Robert Pires, Dennis Beckham. These are the players who played for Arsene Wenger. And also Fabregas had a flair, a feel of Arsene Wenger's football. But now, let's say Arsenal. You need to know, are now the only side with the biggest English transfer summer. Talking about money spent, I can't really go into detail to give you more about that emphasis on how Arsenal have spent money. But don't forget, they just got Julian Timber from Ajax Amsterdam. They got Declan Rice as well. You know, a top-notch player from West Ham, £105 million. That's a very big money for West Ham captain, the skipper. And also they got Kai Havertz. They are still trying to get to sign players, trying to let players go. Why did Arsenal lose the league last season? I'll let you know. Squad depth was the reason. Everybody felt like they were struggling at some points. They needed to go and see how they can make things right, but it wasn't really working. Also, you know, they've sold a whole lot of players, the likes of Joe Willock. And Arsene Wenger has come to say Arsenal, for me, would definitely win the Premier League come next season. Do you really believe in that? Do you think that's going to be a reality? Do you see Arsenal getting to put it right again? Don't forget, they were on the table for a long time on the day. And I just want to say that there's no how Arsenal get to be on the top that fans will believe that Arsenal will win the league. Arsenal have always been inconsistent for me right from onset. That's just what it is. The last time they clinched the trophy was back when Arsene Wenger was involved. But now I think the squad depth will pay off. No doubt. I understand that. The squad depth will pay off for Arsenal. But one thing should be checked about, the players coming in, how quickly can they adapt to the club? Declan Rice have been in the Premier League all the time. Can have the Chelsea player, I mean top players making a move away from their various clubs and coming to Arsenal to strengthen the team. Thomas Partey is on the verge of leaving. Arsenal want to sell some of those players, and that's just how Arsenal have been strategizing their team. Mikel Arteta, 5 years it will be, and the question is what happens if Arsenal don't win the league this time around? Maybe Mikel Arteta have to be fired. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to look into that news. Now let's go on this one now to get you this very one about Sheyi Emmanuel Adebayo. Yes, Emmanuel Adebayo has come to say that there's no way you won't ask me who's the African best player anytime, any day. I'll let you know it's Osimhen, Victor. And he said, if you rate Osimhen over 10 and you're being asked, I mean, you ask me a question, I'll be like, how many do you want to rate Osimhen? I'm going to give him 12 over 10. You know there's nothing like that. So Adebayo still sounds very optimistic that Victor Osimhen is cool enough to be the African best player of the year. When you look at the likes of Sadio Mane, they didn't really live up to expectation. He struggled at Bayern Munich. Mo Salah of Liverpool wasn't really on his A game. But let's take it back to the Moroccan national team. They've got Sofiane Amrabat, they've got Yassine Bono. Yassine Bono won the Europa with Sevilla. So I feel that the competition for Victor Osimhen, but everybody has got their own opinion on that. Victor Osimhen is a very good player, no doubt. Winning the Scudetto, the last time Napoli clinched on this trophy was back in 90, where they had the likes of big name, legendary, arrested memory, Diego Armando Maradona. But he also got this right by scoring 26 goals in the tournament and also giving them what they needed to have, and that's a very good one for Osimhen. So we just might be saying Osimhen stay back, maybe, just maybe, he might be stay back with the Napoli side come this new season. But if I want to advise Osimhen, someone like to say if Osimhen needs to leave Napoli, the time is now, because the ovation seems to be very high. But if Osimhen, I think it's like two things. It's like two ways to look about it. If Osimhen will stay with Napoli, he needs to live up to expectations. He needs to be on his A game. He don't need to sleep. But if he wants to leave, I think the time is now. So it's about Victor Osimhen and his representative making a decision for that man to know what's next. Now, it's just 2 days to go for the Falcons, for the FIFA Women's World Cup to come up. I'll let you know, I love those Falcons so well, the Super Falcons. And every day in my sleep and I wake, I pray that they come out strong. I pray that Ronaldo Waldron will make a better selection. You know why? Because he's been facing a whole lot of challenges by the NFF, the body governing the game, Nigerian Football Federation. And the way it stands now, he's having some saga really going on about some of the payment of the ladies and, the rest of that. Not long, we talked about the ladies who just left Brisbane. I mean, they stormed Brisbane, and now they were playing against three basic major sides. Now, let's look at the features about how we're going to play that very much game. We're going to play our first game against Canada. Canada seems to be the Olympic champions. They are a very strong side. Can we win Canada? I think I trust the Falcons well. I really trust these ladies. I believe they can actually get a win that very much game. Maybe not winning Canada, but maybe coming out from the group remains my objective. Now we'll play Canada. After Canada, we'll play Australia. Australia happen to be the host country alongside New Zealand. So we know it's going to be a very dicey game to see the Women's World Cup coming up by FIFA, and to see that we get to come out from that group. Also, our last game, 31st July, would be us playing the Falcons, playing with that very, very big side again, Republic of Ireland. So let's see how that pans out. I wish them all the very best in this very much tournament coming up next. That's the next tomorrow, like that's We're on a Tuesday, Wednesday, okay, that's a Thursday. That's 20th of July. That tournament comes to kick off on your TV screen. Don't miss out the thing on that very one. I've got my crush in that time. You know, I know a whole lot of players are there, but I love the lady who is just 40. She doesn't look her age. Her name is Onome AB, sounds Delta. And that's just what it is. Now, away from that story, let's get to talk about Harry Kane. Now, the question is about Harry Kane. What's coming up for Harry Kane? Harry Kane, will he stay or would he leave? He's been offered £400,000 to stay with Tottenham Hotspur, and people are saying Daniel Levy looks very crucial. He doesn't want to sell Harry Kane anytime soon. Harry Kane has been keen on the stay. But the question is, Harry Kane have not come to the media to say a word. We are still waiting out there to know what Harry Kane would say. But time will not be my friend. Folarin Balogun also in the news. He's about leaving the club. And also Folarin Balogun leaving Arsenal, maybe to Inter Milan. That would be a story to say. And also I got this one now. Arsenal want away player. That's Folarin Balogun. Then, let me end the show by talking about one man who I feel so bad. He's been facing a whole lot. I think he's broke. Better word right now. Bankrupt. His name is Benjamin Mendy. Won the World Cup 2018 with the France national side. And right now he was charged. I mean, not guilty. That's a very good one. But the question is, what happens to the ladies? What happens to those ladies who actually accuse men on, you know, this kind of a rape assault or rape case, and at the end of the day happens to be that the man was not guilty on this. I mean, Benjamin Mendy, when he came out, he was being asked questions, and I mean, he didn't say much. He has gone through a lot. He's gone really, really through a lot. Time will not let me go into detail about this man, but right now, he's on the verge of leaving to the southern side. I would not support him to be in Europe, maybe, because I want him to go to the southern side. You know why? Because at this point, he doesn't have money. That's just the truth. A bitter truth, but that's just what it is. He needs to move to the southern side where they can offer him more money so he can start up again. I mean, he lost his image right company, and I feel so bad about Benjamin Mendy. But that's just all I can give on the show today. I'll return again hopefully tomorrow to give you very wonderful sporting news. On tomorrow's show, we're going to be going to talk about the Wimbledon shows and now the Formula One as well. We talk about the golf for the LRV, and you know, give you some transfer news as well on the PGA Tour. A whole lot of this comes your way. A wonderful package again when I return on Voice of the People TV. This is the best place to be at all time. My name is Kizzy K. Have a great day. Good morning once again. Bye-bye.